Okay, this is my next video about my audition experience. This one is about East15. First thing I'd recommend, get the audition like as soon as you can in the year, because I feel like mine was a late audition anyways, but I feel like they do have an idea for the class they want that year, so you might not be chosen at the end because they already have someone that looks like you or that has the same kind of like type as you. So the campus is in Luton. It takes like an hour in the tube to get there. It's a really pretty campus with like this lake and stuff that actually was the students who built it. Yeah, it's really chilled. It has a really pretty like old building, but everyone is just outside. They have like picnic tables, and you always get those people that are just like on their headphones, like going through their monologues. I would advise you to just like sit down, relax and chat, because it's not going to be you hearing your monologue at the end of the day that's gonna change anything. But yeah, each to their own. So if you prefer to just get in the zone, do. Anyway, so I would recommend always arrive early, because it's just better to be early than late, really. So and to be fair, the campus is a bit hard to find because it's in the middle of the woods. So yeah. So the first thing they do is they get you all into a theatre, regardless if you're BA, if you're MA, if you're international student, whatever. Clearly I'm an international student. So they get you into this theatre and they just kind of give you the talk about the school and whatever. Like, this theatre is actually quite good, even though it has no wings, which I find a bit weird. But so they give you a talk. I heard in other videos that they actually did like a group warm-up and the talk was like so good, but I don't know if it was because I went to a late audition, but they didn't do that. They legit just spoke about school and then called out our names. We were divided into smaller groups. My group must have been, 10 people? Don't freak out. As soon as I read the email, because it was such a formal email, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna get put into a group with like random strangers, and like they're gonna judge me, and it's gonna be really awkward for me to perform in front of, my competition. Most of the people are really nice, and you get put, obviously because I'm an international student, I got put up with all the internationals, which was quite good, because at the end of the day, it's not your first language, so you're kind of competing with British people, and there's just not really, I don't know, it doesn't really boost your confidence, does it? So I got put with international people. They were all really, really nice. So I'd say, if you're really nervous, if you're one of those people that gets really nervous, I'd say go first and just do it. They did like, they did do a small warm-up, but it was literally just like, oh, stretch your neck, stretch your legs, just walk around the room, and it was literally 2 minutes. So if you are one of those people that needs to like properly warm up before anything, before performing, I would say do your own warm-up, because that is not really a warm-up. Anyways, so if you're one of those people that stresses out, go first. There's two people on the panel. There's one for Shakespeare and there's one for contemporary. They don't mind if you address them like directly. I would say ask beforehand though, but they'll most certainly say yes, because they were asking us to actually look at them. So I'd say just obviously address the Shakespearean one to the guy that's judging you on the Shakespeare, and vice versa. So they'll always ask you to be like really far back. I suppose they want to see like your whole body movement, so if there's something you might want to like work on. Also, if you need a partner, imagine if you're sitting down, and that was something I noticed in other people's monologues. If you need a partner, or if you're sitting down like on a chair and you're speaking to someone at that level, either ask to have like another chair so you kind of like keep your eye line on the right place, or just ask for like one of the people in the room to stand there and pretend, because it makes such a difference when you actually perform to someone else rather than just performing to a blank space and pretending someone's there. For instance, a girl in my group, she was amazing. She did her monologue, and it was about like asking this mum to marry like her child, whatever. She was really good in the first one, but it's one of the things they asked her was, oh, can you perform to a person? And she did it, and she actually cried, and it was so good, and you could so like tell the difference. So if you have that choice, do it. They will give you feedback. Don't worry, no one's judging you in the room. They're probably not even listening to what you're doing because they're so stressed out about their own monologues. So when the judges say do this, just do it. Just do it, really. Or just try your best to do it, because at the end of the day, you're giving your best, so that's what counts. But if you're one of those people that doesn't stress out and you're confident on your lines and stuff like that, I would say listen to the advice they give the people that go before you, because some of them you might want to use on yourself or on your own monologues. Another thing about the monologues, don't choose monologues don't change them like 3 days before, because I was really used to these 2 monologues and I almost changed them for East15, and I thought it was such a good shot that I didn't, because I was just so much more comfortable in those characters and it was just easier. Another thing, they say timing, I think it's 1:50 for Shakespeare and like 2 minutes for contemporary. Bullshit, you can do like whatever time, like some people took like 5 minutes, so don't worry about that. Okay, after that, after everyone's finished, you have like an hour and a half break when basically they're just deliberating. And I'd say just like hang around. Like I met so many people on that audition, like amazing people that we just added each other on Facebook, and you know what, you never know, so it could be networking, anything, like you never know, you might meet them again, you might need their advice for something, so just meet those talented people, because most of them are amazing. Then you get called back into this room. Oh, by the way, about lunch, they do have a cafeteria, but I'd say bring snacks, because it's just easier and you'll thank yourself later, So then they call you into this theatre again, and it's quite brutal. They are just like, oh, by the way, because obviously I went to the late auditions, so they're not calling that many people back, and it is quite brutal. They are just like, oh, by the way, you and you, come with me. And the rest of us just stand on the theatre and you just sent home, so yeah, great. Clearly I didn't get into this one. But that doesn't, if you're not called back on the day, does not necessarily mean you didn't get it, and it might just mean that they've like seen enough from you to make their decision. For instance, a friend of mine, I just spoke to her, and she actually she's on the waiting list for this school, and she didn't get a call back on the day, so I assume they've seen enough for her to be put on the wait list. So basically I'd say audition early for this one, because I'm pretty sure they have like a class vision, so yeah, audition early. And I think that's everything really. It's quite brutal not being chosen, but at the end of the day, it's just, I think at the callback, obviously because I didn't go, I don't know that much, but it's either improv, it's either working in your monologue, so like they ask you to translate it to contemporary or something like that, or it's like working as a group, and I'd say just really make sure you come across, because to be fair, you need to be, but that you come across as a person that likes working in groups. Okay, that's everything. Hope this is helpful. Bye.